Hi, Molly. Again, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to watch Amy. I have no idea where this cold came from, but I just don't want to give it to her, you know? It's fine. Actually, I'm glad that you're being cautious. It really means a lot. I know Amy is 5 years old already, but I can't help but worry every time she has the sniffles. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure all moms are like that. I just feel bad because it happened so last minute. Were you and Brad able to find a babysitter for her? Yeah, we ended up asking Brad's sister Debbie to watch Amy. You mean Debbie, the health fitness mom, Debbie? I'm so sorry. Yeah, that Debbie. It'll be fine. Brad said that she's calmed down a lot in the last couple of years. I mean, not to say that she isn't still a bit crazy. Yeah, remember when she made a big fuss over you deciding to give Amy formula rather than breast milk? That was really weird. No mom should judge other moms, you know? Yeah, I remember that. How can I forget it? It nearly tore our family apart. She's apologized since then, and apparently she doesn't work out as much as she used to. But does that mean that she's still on her whole health thing? I mean, the women basically yelled at everyone on social media that they should start walking and running and be more active. If there was such a thing as doomsdayer fitness instructor, Debbie would be it. I swear she's gotten better in the last couple of years, though. I mean, she's still crazy about nutrition and all of that, but she doesn't run like 16 kilometers every morning anymore. Yeah, what mother could? She has like 3 kids of her own. Yeah, I think it's because they're a bit older now that her responsibilities have gone up. You know, after school activities, clubs, and weekend camps. No, I don't know, and I'm glad that I don't. I love you, Amy. You know that I do. But I'm very happy to stay her auntie rather than become a mother myself. Yes, I know how much you love your freedom. What can I say? I'm a free spirit. Still, I feel kind of bad that Amy now has to spend the next weekend with her. What if she tries to get her to eat only raw vegetables or puts protein powder in her soy milk? I don't think she'll do anything like that. I trust Brad, and he says that she's really leveled out. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly worried. I love Brad's side of the family and everything. It's just that they are so obsessed with health and farming. Farming? Are they farmers? How could I have not known that Brad came from a family of farmers? No, technically they're not farmers. Sorry, I meant to say that they are just really obsessed with whole foods and veggies and growing your own garden. Brad said that he had barely tried fast food by the time he went to college. Are you serious? I didn't know people like that still existed in the world. It's because they don't, really. Not anymore, at least. But yeah, apparently that's why Debbie is so into health and fitness. It's because she grew up with a family that liked to grow their own vegetables and make their own bread and butter. Wow, that's intense. They don't honestly expect you to do that kind of thing, do they? No, not anymore, at least. When I first had Amy, they were pretty insistent about what I should feed her when she grows up. But since Brad has integrated more into the city and modern life, and they don't really bother us with things like that anymore. Well, I'm glad. You and Brad are fantastic parents, and Amy is one of the happiest and healthiest 5-year-olds I know. How many 5-year-olds do you know? Okay, you got me there, admittedly, not a lot. Anyways, Amy is a happy and healthy kid, and she wasn't raised having to churn her own butter. Thank you for that. Everything should be fine. I mean, Brad and I are only a couple of hours away, and knowing that you're just a few blocks away puts my mind at ease. Absolutely. If anything's amiss or you need me to check on Amy and Debbie, just ring me up and I will do that ASAP. Aw, thank you. You're the best. I know. Now, I don't want you both worrying. You just enjoy this weekend together. Yes, we will. Thank you, Taylor. Anything for my bestie. Hi, Debbie. I just wanted to check in. Brad and I just made it to our hotel room. It's only been a couple of hours. I know, but you know, this is our first time being away from our daughter for an entire weekend. How is Amy adjusting? Is she doing okay? You do know that I'm a mother myself, right? I know how to take care of a child. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you or anything. I guess I'm sort of a worrywart when it comes to Amy. Well, you have nothing to worry about. We're making pasta. Of course, from scratch and with fresh veggies. Like spaghetti? Amy will love that. She loves spaghetti. No, I was thinking of something more like fettuccine alfredo. I know this great healthy recipe for fettuccine alfredo. It's packed full of protein and will fill you up quickly so you don't need to eat a lot. I ate it all the time back when I was weightlifting. How else was I supposed to fuel my body for a marathon? Doesn't fettuccine alfredo have dairy and cream in it? Yeah, but I use a low-fat dairy, so Amy won't be gaining any weight while she's eating it, and neither will I. Okay, there are a couple of things. One, Amy is 5 years old, so she really doesn't need to worry about weight gain, does she? Second, Amy is lactose intolerant, so she can't have any dairy whatsoever. No dairy whatsoever? Then how is she supposed to grow healthy bones? Kids need dairy to grow strong. My 3 boys would not be doing all the sports that they're doing if they didn't drink fresh whole milk. I'm pretty sure that's why they've never broken a bone either. I'm not sure that's how it works. Besides, she's fine. All of her doctors agree that she's healthy and she's never had whole milk, so she doesn't really miss it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to comment. Then don't. It's just that I'm concerned about Amy's health. If she doesn't get the nutrients that she needs from the milk, then she'll grow up all fragile and won't be as strong as the other kids. She's fine. Plenty of kids are lactose intolerant and grow up just as healthy or even healthier than other kids who can digest milk. It's not a big deal. Wait, don't you want what's best for Amy? If I were Amy's mother, I would just slowly introduce her to milk. I'm sure her body would adapt to it, even. All kids should have milk. On farms, they even squirt milk straight from the cow into the children's mouths. Well, I'm not sure that's a good thing. Besides, that's not how intolerance works. How do you know? It's not like you studied this. I studied health and nutrition extensively. Not to mention that I learned a lot from my parents. We had the best childhood. Fresh milk and butter, locally sourced meat, fresh veggies and fruit. It honestly is the only way to raise children, at least if you want them to be healthy and succeed in life. I don't think eating fresh veggies as a kid had much to do with any success you have in your life. I'm not saying I don't agree, but for many people in the world, that's unobtainable. Besides, it's not like Amy is suffering or anything. But that's all beside the point. Please don't feed Amy any milk or give her any dairy. Her stomach starts hurting immediately, and we often have to take her into emergency care if she accidentally ingests milk. It's just not a good time for her or for anyone. I'm sure that's an exaggeration. I swear she'll be fine, trust me. I have healthy kids, don't I? Yes, you do. I'm not questioning your judgment as a mother, but this is the choice that I've made with my own kid, and I trust you to respect that. Okay, fine. I don't personally agree with this, but she is your child. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. So she can have pasta, but maybe make spaghetti and meatballs for her. What kind of meat do you have? Ground meat? Lean? Has it been locally sourced from a butcher? No, it isn't. It's just regular meat that we picked up from the market. Are you sure that's what you want to feed her? It's what she's eaten her entire life. She's fine. I appreciate the concern, but our daughter is fine. She eats well and is healthy. But you don't know all the preservatives that they put in the meat. Again, I'm the one that has studied this, so I should know. I'm sure that Amy would benefit from having prime cut beef sourced from a local butcher. Where exactly have you studied again? From what I remember, you don't have a university degree. I learned everything I know online. I've been researching this stuff for years. You can trust me. A lot of what doctors say these days is bull. I know a lot of great healthy mom blogs I can recommend. I've always thought it would be better if everyone just started doing their own research online anyways. Just because it's online doesn't make it true. Surely you know that, right? In fact, it's often dangerous to get all your facts off from the internet. There's no way to guarantee whether or not someone is actually qualified to talk about something with any authority. Okay, maybe, but not about health stuff. It works. Just look at me and my boys. Amy needs the best meat you can find, and that's preservative-free and sourced by local butchers and farms. It's the best for her. She's not a dog. She's a kid. Stop talking about her like she's some sort of animal. And again, she's grown up with this type of food and her doctors all tell me she's perfectly healthy. I know your family grew up believing in different things and preferring to eat whole fresh foods or whatever, but Amy is fine and what she eats is fine. I'm just looking out for my niece. I'm not saying you're wrong. I have no doubt that it probably is best to have meat as fresh as you can get it. But it's not realistic for us to suddenly switch to an organic, locally sourced diet. I mean, we live in a city, for crying out loud. I don't know why you're making it into such a big deal. You're the one who made it into a big deal. I asked you to not serve Amy any dairy, and you've made it into this whole big argument about what's best for my daughter. She's my daughter. I know what's best for her. Now, please, just respect my wishes. I really want her to get to know you more, which is why we asked you to babysit. And while you're babysitting her, we ask that you listen to our rules and keep her safe and healthy. That means not feeding her any dairy or anything. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. As long as you agree to not force feed my daughter any dairy, then we'll be fine. Yes, fine. Okay, Brad and I are headed out to dinner. We'll phone in the morning to see how she's doing. Again, I'm a mother to 3 boys. I think I know what I'm doing. Yes, I know you do. Even though we disagree on how to raise our kids, I know that you can take care of a child. However, Brad and I still miss our daughter and want to see her cute little face. So we will be calling in the morning. Fine, whatever. Fine. Debbie? Hello? Brad and I want to talk to Amy and see how she's doing. Hello? I'm getting a bit worried. Have any? We've been trying to call you for 20 minutes. Hello? Hey, Taylor. Hey, how's your trip? Are the mountains everything you hoped they'd be? Yeah, everything was great. Can you go check on Debbie and Amy? I told her that I wanted to call Amy this morning. We kind of had a little bit of a fight yesterday about Amy and her lactose intolerance. Wait, what? Have an argument about your daughter's lactose intolerance? What does that even mean? Well, I told her that Amy couldn't have any dairy or milk or anything like that. And then Debbie kind of got a little bit crazy and was insisting that Amy needed milk to be a healthy kid. I don't even know at this point. I don't want to say I'm regretting letting Debbie babysit, but I don't think we'll be asking her again in the future. Anyways, that's all beside the point. Can you please go check on them? She's not answering my calls even though I told her we'd be phoning this morning to talk to Amy. I'm already on my way. I'll check in on them. Okay, thank you. But can we please get back to the part where Debbie thinks she knows what's best for Amy? Because I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge that people don't say that kind of stuff to mothers. Yeah, it was so weird. She was literally fighting me about what to feed my daughter. I don't even think she believes in intolerance. I mean, she literally said we were probably exaggerating when we said Amy had to go to the hospital the last time she accidentally ingested dairy. Do you remember that? How could I forget? Poor Amy was in so much pain. Oh, dang it. What? What's happening? There's an ambulance at your house. What? Oh my God, oh my gosh, oh my God. Is Amy okay? Please tell me what's happening. Brad and I are packing and we'll be back in the city by noon. Okay, I just went up and asked. Apparently, Amy was having some sort of allergic reaction. Anyways, it was Amy that phoned 911. Now they're taking her in. What? Where the hell is Debbie? She's here. She's claiming that Amy was just overreacting. It's a good thing that there's an ambulance here, or I would seriously be considering hurting Debbie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. So I'm still one of Amy's emergency contacts, right? Yes, please go with her to the hospital. She needs her auntie. I'm already in the ambulance with her. We're on the way. She's holding her stomach and is in a lot of pain. I swear when I get a hold of Debbie... What the hell happened? I'll ask the EMT. I sent Debbie packing. There's no way I'm letting her near Amy again. Thank you. My gosh, apparently Debbie gave Amy a full glass of milk this morning with some weird protein pancakes or something. Amy apparently said no, but Debbie basically forced her to drink the milk. What? Yep. The EMTs are sure that Amy will be fine, but drinking all of that milk gave her hives and she was obviously in pain. Brad and I are speeding. We'll be there in an hour. Okay, I'll stay with Amy. Thank you. Have you been able to get a hold of your sister?
No, not yet. I tried calling her husband too, but no one answered. So I called my parents, and you're not gonna like this.
What? Like what?
Well, I phoned them and asked if they knew where Debbie was. I explained everything, and they're on their way to the hospital right now.
Okay. What's the part that I'm not going to like?
Well, apparently, they said that Debbie had told them that we freaked out on her for feeding our daughter healthy food. But she didn't say what had happened to Amy. She took literally no responsibility for what happened and said that Amy was overreacting.
You can't be serious. She almost died. She was having an allergic reaction to the protein pancakes that she paired up with the milk. She's still in the hospital, for crying out loud.
I know! And it gets worse. Apparently, Debbie made her entire family block us on everything. Phone, social media, everything. That's why we haven't been able to get a hold of her. I think she's trying to brush over everything, which is why she lied to my parents. When my parents found out, they were furious, which actually surprised me. I'm glad that even though they're the ones that taught us about eating whole foods and all that, they at least believe in lactose intolerance and know how serious it can be.
So, what? She just expects us to forget what she's done? What about the hospital bills? The ambulance bills? I'm glad your parents are furious. Everyone should be furious. Also, the fact that she tried to use your parents as a scapegoat when she was insisting on feeding Amy milk is ridiculous. Does she think that she's not accountable for any of it?
I don't know, but it looks like she's trying her best to make it look like none of this is her fault.
My goodness. How is she even a mother? No, how is she an adult? Who feeds a lactose-intolerant child a full glass of milk? And who the hell makes their kids eat protein pancakes? I can't believe it.
I'm so sorry, honey. I really thought she had changed. I mean, she seemed calmer at our last family reunion. If I'd known that she didn't believe in lactose intolerance or whatever, I would have never let her near Amy. What the hell are we going to do? These bills are going to be enormous.
Oh, I know exactly what we're going to do. We're not paying a cent of any of it.
We aren't?
Nope. If you could get your parents to phone Debbie and make it sound like we agree with her and that Amy was overreacting, then maybe she'll unblock us.
Are you sure that'll work?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure Debbie is a narcissist. And narcissists can't help but want to hear praise about themselves.
We're going to praise Debbie?
We're going to do more than just praise her. But leave that part to me. Phone your parents. I'll make some phone calls.
Okay.
You were so right, Debbie. It took someone with guts to be able to see Amy's lactose intolerance for what it was, a lie. Honestly, I want to apologize for giving you such a hard time with everything. I should have just trusted you. Thank you. That's all I wanted. I'm sorry that there had to be such a big overreaction. That's why I didn't call the ambulance. I knew Amy was fine. She was just taught to believe that milk was bad for her. Yes, Brad and I are just so thankful. Well, great. You know, I was a bit worried. You know how much parents overreact these days. I knew that if we just gave her milk, she'd be fine. That's why I gave her so much of it. I wanted her to see how okay it was to drink milk. And it's so good for her bones. I heard that she was kind of giving you a hard time about it, though. Yes, but kids sometimes act like that. I had to hold her mouth open as she drank the milk. It's a good thing I have practice with that, though. My son sometimes threw fits whenever I tried to give him apple cider vinegar or drink celery juice. So you had to hold her down and force feed her? Yep. And then you didn't call the ambulance when she began to have an allergic reaction and was in pain? Yes. I saw the hives and she was on the floor screaming about her stomach. I figured she'd be fine, so I just left her on the living room floor where she was crying. I needed to finish my morning workout after all. You are an absolute psycho! What? What do you mean? What's going on? I just needed you to admit everything and have it down on record. On record? These are text messages. What are you even talking about? I thought you were happy about what I did. Why the hell would I be happy that you held my daughter down and forced her to drink milk? And then neglected her when she was having an allergic reaction? The milk is good for her. She's suffering in the hospital because of what you did. I'm not paying those hospital bills. You'll be broke anyways after paying the lawyers. Huh? You should be served papers later today. You're being sued. Sued for what? For intentionally neglecting my child who was in your care. You can't sue me for that. Sure I can. I have already phoned our lawyers. Now, not only are you liable for all of our medical bills, but you'll have to pay lawyers' fees on top of that. I mean, once you're in prison, it'll be easy for you to save. Prison? I can't go to prison. What about my family? Your family will be fine without you. In fact, I'm sure they'll be happier without you there. Brad told your parents, and your parents are talking to your husband right now. What? No, don't tell them anything. Aw, afraid to be held accountable? You are a conniving snake. How could you? You'll ruin my family. You'll ruin my life. Hey, it's fine. You're just overreacting. Debbie was sentenced to 6 months in prison for neglecting a child. She not only had to pay off all of our medical bills, but she even had to pay an extra $100,000 on top of that for emotional reparations. It would have ruined her family if her husband hadn't filed for a divorce that same day. Now it's up to Debbie to pay for everything. Amy recovered really well and is in food therapy now to help her get over her fears that eating food will lead to her being in the hospital again. One of the therapist's recommendations was to make food fun for her again. So the best way we could think of to do that is to take both her and all her cousins to Disney World using the settlement money. It's also going to be the first time that Debbie's kids will be able to have free reign over the food they eat. Their dad is ecstatic after they were all subjected to Debbie's health ideas all those years.